Louis Hart here for The Ring magazine. Delighted to be joined with Eddie Hearn on a successful night in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Eddie, you must be just delighted there.
Unbelievable. I mean, to be honest with you, I can't believe Dmitry Bivol won that fight after what I saw through 5 rounds, because I thought he won the first 2 rounds, and then we knew Beterbiev would start fast, and he just came out like an absolute train, and it looked like nothing was going to stop him, or nothing was going to, just reduce the pressure. And what we saw from there is probably the best boxing performance I've ever seen live. It was unbelievable. I mean, young fighters, look at the way he stabbed the body, landed on the body, made Beterbiev follow him around, worked to angles. It was just the purest performance I've ever seen. Yeah. And Dmitry Bivol is such a nice bloke, honestly. Like, all he wanted and dreamed about was becoming undisputed champion, and to see him achieve that. It's actually our first undisputed male champion as well.
Wow.
And it couldn't happen to a nicer bloke. A lot of needle from the first fight. I feel like he deserved it first time around. No arguments this time, even though someone tried to rob us with a draw. It was a clear win, and I'm so happy for him.
When you look at the first fight and you look at the performance that Bivol put in, you question, can it get any better than that? Yeah. It did tonight, and it shows how much of a special fighter he is.
I mean, the fight was different this time. Last time, probably Bivol faded a little bit and Beterbiev come strong at the end. This time, Beterbiev started fast, but probably tired a little bit when Bivol just turned the screw. And I didn't think he could turn the screw necessarily at that stage. It was a one-way traffic for those couple of rounds, and he looked so dangerous. And again, like, the skill and the composure and the concentration was just incredible.
Yeah. For yourself, Eddie, you have had you've been on the wrong end of a few bad decisions, and it's been a few frustrating nights. So when you get something like that in the ring and there's that passion, how special is that? How sweet is it?
They're the moments that you live for, but they're the moments that make the bad moments. You got to remember them. You can't. You go on a little bit of a bad run. You got to remember Katie Taylor against Serrano. You got to remember Dmitry Bivol against Artur Beterbiev, and these great nights that you've had. And Romans 8:18. The pain of what you're feeling is nothing compared to the joy that's coming.
For sure.
And the reality is that's life, isn't it? No matter what shit situation happens, something good's coming, and something great come tonight, and it was a night we'll never forget.
Trilogy?
Yeah, whatever His Excellency wants. Benavidez, Canelo rematch, the trilogy. I mean, the first fight was a 10 out of 10. Yeah. That was a 12 out of 10, and the next one will be even better. Yeah. I've got to give respect to Artur Beterbiev, because I was watching him in that period of 3, 4, 5, just thinking, to be honest with you, this bloke is just an absolute machine. He's such a good fighter, and it's not just he's heavy-handed, he's so good. And what you saw tonight wasn't just 2 brilliant light heavyweights, it was 2 pound-for-pound greats, and I've never seen anything like it.
Just a word on another light heavyweight, Callum Smith, with a great performance. I mean, what a fight.
I mean, Callum Smith's in the mix.
Okay.
He's the mandatory with the WBO. So, we'll speak to His Excellency and see what's next. But I thought Callum Smith was incredible tonight. My only worry with Callum Smith was what's left in terms of desire. And what he showed tonight was an unbelievable set of balls. Right? And I've got to give respect to Buatsi as well, because he was out on his feet many times in the fight, and he never gave up, and he came back into the fight as well. I had Callum Smith winning the fight 8-4, but Buatsi was always competitive, and it was just a stunning victory from Callum Smith tonight.
Benavidez was at ringside. Would you look at Callum Smith, Benavidez? For
sure, yeah. Look, Benavidez wants the biggest fights in the sport, but him against Callum Smith's another great fight, and we're sitting there nice and pretty with all the belts at 175 pounds. So, otherwise known as absolutely sweet as a nut.
Yeah. Shakur Stevenson stopping Josh Padley. Yeah. Gervonta Davis tweeted midway through, lol. Didn't know if you had any reaction to that.
I mean, we know Josh Padley's extremely tough, and getting an opponent changed 3 days before the fight. But appreciate Tank was watching, and if he wants to step up and have the biggest fight in the sport, we're ready.
Definitely. Fun one for myself. Any more conversations on the future when we next back out here in Riyadh? I know you're having conversations
non-stop. His Excellency's coming over for the Ben Eubank presser, and obviously you got New York planned for May, Canelo here in May as well. We got a 5v5 scheduled for June or July. Non-stop, mate, non-stop. And tonight was just unbelievable. One of the best nights of boxing I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, perfect. Well done, Eddie.
Cheers, thank you.
Congratulations.